Well, okay, we're gonna take this chair. Look at that. Sure, please.
So I'm a transgender man.
Okay.
I've experienced SA, and including my entire community and the intersectionalities. I've got a vagina. Trump.
Welcome to the Thomas Tank YouTube channel. My name is Thomas Tank and you're watching the Thomas Tank YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, comment below your favorite part of this video, hit the like button, and let's get in for a bumpy ride because this person thinks that they absolutely did something to Ben Shapiro. I think Ben Shapiro's the GOAT. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's freaking go.
Well, okay, we're gonna take this chair. Look at that.
Hey, Ben.
Like a bro, my friend. All right.
How's it going?
Let's break open
First,
Let's just point out how absolutely wonderful and kind Ben is being, and joyful and inviting. Prerequisite for what's about to happen. It's about to go down.
first question, can men get pregnant?
Men cannot get pregnant.
Okay. Do men experience SA? Sexual assault?
Sure.
Got it. What about the existence of trans men?
What about the existence? Do you mean women who believe that they are men? What are we talking about here? Women experiencing gender dysphoria?
So my other question is, do you benefit from white supremacy in any way, shape, or form?
I'm going to need more specifics on what you mean by white
Well, here,
supremacy.
let me give it to you, Ben.
Sure, please.
So I'm a transgender man.
Okay.
I've experienced SA.
Okay.
And abortion rights affect me directly. So if we're talking about the American dream that you live, why don't I have access to that? Because there's no legislation, in the history of America, that legislates a man's body, so why does mine have to be legislated? I've got a vagina.
I'm not interested in what your genitalia are.
Clearly you are. I mean,
You guys are interested in my genitals. It's so inappropriate. I have a vagina.
it's all over everything you make, buddy. I'm sorry. I hate to say it to you, but
I think you can read on my face that I
obsession
radically
you
am
guys
not.
have.
I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. When we're talking about abortion...
No, I don't. I mean, you can present it here, but in most of the content that you have, you attack my community constantly. And you don't even realize guys like me exist, who actually share a lot of similarities to you and everything, because I'm a married man of 20 years.
I
got a wife.
recognize that you exist. I disagree with your claim
so
that you're
if
a
I
male.
was sexually assaulted, right, and I didn't have access to that abortion care, do you believe that I should have carried that child to term because I was sexually assaulted?
I mean,
No, I just want to make sure that that's what you believe. Because as a transgender man, I have seen your side of the entire political debate, never ever having the conversation of what an American freedom is. Because why am I not allowed to live my American freedom as a man? You know, I mean, you get your choice as a man to live and free and all that.
You're really moving around terminology very wildly here.
And so are you, because that's the tactics you play in your game. And you've done it the entire time. You've jumped from one subject to the next. You speak so...
It is absolutely reprehensible. First off, there's a disconnect. The trans person here, I don't know their name and I apologize for that. The trans person here is saying, like, I'm a man and abortion affects me directly. But the problem is that people talk about abortion as a women's issue, and this person's not a woman, although this person is a female, but they're claiming to be a man and they are a male. So they really are just kind of jumping all over the place, and like, this term just means what I want it to mean right now, but later it's not going to mean this if I don't need it to mean that in this conversation. So that's why there's this absolute disconnect between Ben Shapiro and this person right here. This person really needs to get their stuff in line and decide what these words mean and actually stick to it. It's absolutely abhorrent, and it's a waste of conversational time and a waste of the internet. This video here has freaking 14 million views, and this person took up, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes of it, and they're literally like, they don't even know what these words mean. And maybe they do know what they mean, they're just changing what they mean as they go. Absolutely reprehensible. Don't waste people's time. Let's have a real conversation and actually jump into it in a way that makes a little bit of sense. We got to stick to definitions, and that's what conservatives are trying to do, and people like this, they're just changing it as they go.
So fast, and I know how you work, so how does it feel to have it in your face?
I'll back it back up for you so we can just re-roll and get our spot.
And so are you, because that's the tactics you play in your game. And you've done it the entire time. You've jumped from one subject to the next. You speak so fast, and I know how you work, so how does it feel to have it in your face?
Oh, well, I mean...
Because I'm sick and tired of the shit that you have put against my community, especially black trans women, because you constantly disregard all of our needs and then use us politically as a pawn when we're 1% of the population. Why not focus on the economy itself? All of us are struggling, and you want to focus on trans people. You want to focus on a black woman when this is clearly a glass cliff situation. America's falling apart, and let's give it to a woman right when it's all falling apart, when we'd had, what, 50 men run it and it looks like shit? Look at where we're...
The level of resentment is wild. The claim here, men screwed up the country and you want to give it to a woman and expect them to clean it up? This is under the presumption that Kamala Harris couldn't clean it up, and now all of a sudden it's a black woman's fault. It's like, she didn't win the primaries, so let's figure out, like, maybe we'll go back there, but come on. So intellectually dishonest here.
We're at. Truly,
So-
where do you think that we're heading? I mean, it's so funny to watch
You've been going
white
for-
supremacy just fall apart the way that it is, and you ride so hard. Because guess what? In other countries around the world, women are not having children. And why is it? Because of the patriarchy and all the violence that men perpetuate, and all of this idea that abortion is somehow going to solve it all by forcing women to have abortion instead of focusing on the
I cannot skim past that. The violence that men perpetrate is absolutely wild. First off, if men are the ones perpetrating violence, why do you want to be a man? And then if you want to just kind of even skim a little bit beyond that, let's be very clear that it's pretty much 50-50. There is a larger disparity in violence between races than there is in violence between the sexes. Why you're not addressing that, I'm not sure. It's fairly non-inclusive for you to do that because that might include some black trans women, but tragically, most victims of abortion are black children. So this whole pushing white supremacy through abortion is just ridiculous, because if abortion is made illegal and not possible, right, and we get rid of abortion facilities, things like that, there will be an influx of non-white people in this country, which, by the way, a lot of us are fine with. Nobody really cares about that. But this whole like concept of like, oh, it's white supremacy and you want to force women is just ridiculous. It's mind-blowing. Just take some accountability for what you've done. Don't have sex when you're young, and just as long as you get married before you have a kid, graduate from high school, and wait till you're 20 years old or later to have a child, there's only an 8% chance that you're going to live below the poverty level.
How people like me have to live with the consequences of all of your rhetoric that you put on a daily basis, and including my entire community, and the intersectionalities of black women, men that experience SA, trans people, everyone that comes in. And I'm so sick of the idea that you can come in with this bravado, that you're this big guy that knows things because you can talk fast, you have statistics. But really, what does it really matter at the end of the day if you are harming the entire American? This guy's been accused of rape. Trump in like
Accusations are not charges, and charges still may not be true. Decide what you want when you're talking about or thinking about something like this, but it's absolutely wild. It's just wild that people would be like, oh, he's been accused. Oh, this person was accused of that. It's like, okay, well, let's actually look at the record, not the accusations. Like, I can say, hey, person, I don't know, you sexually assaulted me. Guess what? Now you're a bad person because nobody can question that. Oh, and I'm a woman, by the way, so believe all women.
court documents and you're backing the guy. Like, you have children. How could you do that to your own? Don't you have a daughter? Like, what is wrong with you, dude? I've never seen such a party just completely like the American idea, what we believe in as a country is not what you're perpetuating. It's diversity. It's giving you tired, hungry, and poor. The Google phone you have in your pocket is because of all of the diversity we've had.
I feel like this person is just a Mentos in a Diet Coke, right? All foam, no drink.
Trump.
This person really needs to get their stuff in order and actually have a conversation. This person is a perfect example of why we are not able to have conversations in America or in our culture. People are becoming divided, and it's because of people like this pushing the extreme and then making extreme things hyper attainable. This entire conversation is in bad faith, and if you're the person in this video, I urge you to reach out to Ben Shapiro and have an actual conversation. If he won't, I will, and I'd absolutely love that. Hit the comments below, we'll exchange some sort of back and forth, and we'll figure out a time to have a conversation. At the end of the day, this has been the Thomas Tank YouTube channel. I absolutely love you for watching. Let me know what your favorite part of this video was. I want a peaceful protest down in the comments, so make sure that you don't set anything on fire. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.